All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are still on page 78, but this time we're problem number 26, and here's what we're being told. The odds in favor of an event are 5 to 3. Now remember, whenever somebody gives you the odds in favor of an event, the first number represents favorable outcomes, this represents unfavorable. Favorable always goes in the top left circle, unfavorable goes in the top right circle. These two numbers right now have nothing to do yet with what goes down here. To place them properly, odds in favor of an event, 5 is favorable and 3 would be unfavorable. Now these two numbers can be used, okay, to figure out what goes down here in the sample space, and you would add them together. So in your sample space, you would have a total of 8, okay? But when it says odds in favor, the first number is the favorable outcomes, the second number is the unfavorable, so those go in the top two circles. If it said odds against, the first number would have been the unfavorable, the second would have been the favorable. So you pay attention. If it's odds in favor, this number is the left one, this one is the right one. If it's odds against, this is the left one. Oh, this is the unfavorable one, the right one, and this would be the left. So pay attention to what it says. Okay, now, what's the probability of the event occurring? Okay, how many items are in our sample space? 8. Okay, 8. Probability, we're going to create a fraction. 8 goes in the sample space. What's the probability of the event occurring? Well, favorable, there would be 5. So my answer there would be 5/8. Okay, what is the probability of the event not occurring? Well, the total number of items in my sample space is 8. Unfavorable would be 3. And a good way to check that you've done these correctly is when you add the probability of the event occurring and the probability of the event not occurring, or, unfavorable, you add these together, you would get 8/8, which is 1. These two should always add up to 1. That takes us back to the when we were talking about complementary. Okay, what are the odds against the event occurring? Well, let's look at our circles. If you're talking about odds in favor or odds against, you do not pay attention to the bottom number, you only pay attention to the top two. And if it's odds against, you start with the unfavorable, you put your 2 dots, and then put your favorable. So the odds against would be 3 to 5. Notice that the odds in favor were 5 to 3. To get the odds against, all you do is you reverse the order. You start with the 3 and then the 5. Okay, but the circles are an amazing way to do this. You trust those circles. Favorable, unfavorable, and the number in the sample space.